So, a big moment for George Osborne's chancellorship, but what do the figures mean for Britain's economy and us? Our economics editor, Faisal Islam, is here.
Krish, after the long darkness, the lights are switching back on in the UK economy, and rather rapidly so compared with the budget just a few months ago. But it's patchy. So where does it shine brightest and where does it remain dull? The outlook for economic growth has certainly turned brighter rather suddenly, almost like a switch. In the spring budget, the economy was expected to grow by just 0.6% this year. Today, that's been raised to 1.4%. Next year, growth should be 2.4%, again revised higher. But after that, the outlook's actually been trimmed a little. That raises the big question. Is this a sustained recovery or just a growth spurt? Let's look at where our current recovery is coming from. At the budget, the OBR thought consumer spending would contribute 0.1% to growth over the year. Instead, it's chipped in 1.1%. Trade was meant to contribute 0.2%. Instead, it's actually reduced growth by 0.6%. This is not the rebalancing the coalition used to talk about. In fact, it's companies rebuilding stock levels alongside the consumer that has driven growth this year. One sign of that, house prices. They're expected to rise by 5% next year and faster after that. They're set to be 10% higher by 2018 than the forecasters thought just 6 months ago. The credit, or perhaps the blame for those higher prices, so far is Help to Buy, say the OBR. Subsidies pushing up the price of scarce houses. But this housing recovery is also leading to a stamp duty bonanza. So even imbalanced recovery does wonders for the government's deficit. Two speeds better than none in the public finances. We're expected to borrow £111 billion this year. That's more than £8 billion less than previously forecast. On current trends, the public finances return to surplus spending less than tax in 2018. That's 5 years away. Though the OBR says this improvement is thanks to current economic upswing, there's no underlying improvement in the public finances. So no let-up in the austerity, say the government. The key question, though, when will the recovery be felt in the average home and pay packet? There may soon be a let-up in the squeeze on living standards. Next year, inflation is forecast to be 2.3%, but earnings should rise by 2.6%. Earnings up in real terms just for the first time under this coalition, and more substantially so by 2015. But according to the analysis of one think tank, even if they are recovering, the median, the middle weekly wage, will still be £40 a week below their pre-crisis peak at the time of the next general election. So who wins? Age is once again a key divide in today's statement. The Chancellor says the state pension age will rise to 70 by the late 2040s. So today's 20 and 30-year-olds will have to work for longer. Babies born this year face retiring age 77 in 2090. But today's pensions are guaranteed at age 65 for the baby boomers, which, because of coalition guarantees, are currently rising faster than wages. So the outlook is brighter for sure, but the recovery still remains weak by historical standards, and not all of us are benefiting equally. Krish.
Thank you. Yes.